The most we ever did before we got signed was like these weekend runs where we would try to like just drive as far away from our house as possible, but have to be back Monday for our job, you know, like that's just what we did. Is we worked during the week and had weekends off to travel and play. And I mean, we've played so many shows in front of nobody, you know, and I don't know, I wouldn't want to go back and do it over, but for some reason we were just like so like ignorant to whether or not it was a waste of time, and it wasn't. But man, I don't know how we did it without getting discouraged. It was dismal, man. We sweat and bled in front of no one. You know, you go from wanting this thing called like a record deal. You don't know what it is, and it's such an abstract concept at first, and then all of a sudden everyone wants to give you one, and then you try to figure out which one is the best one. And you can really get caught up in the numbers. You can really get caught up in the financial end of it.
From the beginning, we developed a very particular way of thinking about how to answer questions or how to respond to decisions that are kind of thrown our way, and really kind of stuck to that as much as we can. And the name of the band has a lot to do with that.
The band name comes from play All My Sons by Arthur Miller. Quick rundown: the main character has to he creates airplane parts for the current war. He finds out that those parts are faulty, and he has a kind of like a moral decision to make. Do I send the parts out, or do I recall the parts? He ends up sending the parts out, and 21 pilots died because of that decision. He had a lot of justifications like money and upholding his name and all these things that made sense, but ultimately it was the wrong decision. He ends off, you know, just kind of like actually killing himself at the end of the play, and that's how it ends. But how I apply that story to not only me as an individual, but kind of our band, is that we constantly have these decisions coming our way.
Both of us have spent a lot of time and continue to spend time searching for what, maybe if it's not what we believe, just how we exactly believe it.
Being on the road can be tough, and there's a lot of temptation, a lot of things that can get in the way.
Every day there are different questions or challenges in your life that you try and figure out how it is that you want to respond to that, or how you believe is the right way to respond to it.
You have no idea how many times Josh and I have looked at each other whenever we have a decision to make, whether it be like, you know, legally signing some paper with, you know, some label or some booking agency or some manager, like, and we look at each other like, man, if we were to go with this one, this would be sending out the parts. But if we were to like show a little patience and not sign with the one with the biggest payout and the biggest signing bonus or whatever, then I feel like this is the right decision because it makes sense with, you know, who we are as people. It's hard to do that. It's hard to turn down money. But that play, you know, it just kind of, it reminds us of what the right decision is.